Right, welcome to the new Let's Play. So, just a bit of an update on Corporation. It's getting to the point, and if you're an LP, you know, this feeling anyway, that it's getting a bit frustrating at the moment. The problem is I can't find I've got some energy drinks, but it doesn't seem to be working, and I keep dying, and it's just a pain in the arse at the moment. So I kind of want a breather and just do something that I know that I can complete, rather than you sitting waiting for potentially it's coming along. But I think the difference is, in a lot of respects, those people that have done Corporation haven't done as much as I have. I think especially I think on the British side, because it was called kind of Corporation in the Europe territories, whereas it was Cybercop in America, and I think you get more LPs through that. I've seen a few more anyway, so I might blow my own trump here, I don't know. Anyway, System Shock 2, I originally played this, I think it was maybe early to mid 2000s, so say around 2004, 2005. And I got it from the Home of the Underdogs website, and that's where I learned about a few other bits and pieces of first-person shooters and things like that I'd not heard about. This was the first one of the series I did play. I think they did have System Shock 1, but for some reason it didn't work, because I don't remember playing that first. I remember playing this one first. So, let's get into it. And, new game, normal, start game.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine? In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Shodan lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Shodan saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
February 3rd is the day the magic happens. The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation. Imagine being able to travel to distant star systems in a period of weeks. It's all part of Tri-Op's commitment to the future. The Von Braun is packed with over 1.8 billion flight, scientific, and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and its wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the UNN Rickenbacker. At her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action. This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space. Sleek, fast, revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
Right, so I can look around, and I have already changed the controls so I
Welcome to
can.
the Ramsey Center UNN recruitment facility. Please watch your step when leaving the train. The grav shafts at the end of the hall will take you to the street-level training and recruitment center. Please proceed to the grav shafts.
Didn't want to speak through that. So yeah, I've changed the controls so I can do sliding left and right, because otherwise this would be turning left and right, and that's annoying. What else was I going to say? Oh, I did record this before, but I was having issues with my graphics card. And it would get to the training bit and it would just cut out, and I realised it was the graphics card that was the issue, so I had to kind of pull that out and stick my old one in. Which, anyway. It's always good when developers include this sort of semi-immersion. Nice phone there. Oops. Didn't mean to flick that up then. Just having a quick look around. I always do enjoy having a look around.
Step into the grav shafts to proceed to the street level recruitment.
Right. I know there's a baseball. No, baseball, basketball. I think actually it's up here. There we go. Can I pick that up? Oh. Can I? No, I cannot. It's interesting. Maybe I can come back out and then pick it up. So we got Sandman Audio and Happy Noodle, and my Japanese says, well, my little amount of Japanese says, I think that's Suto, something Suto. And then the bottom two, I can't really make out the top kanji in the second two, but the bottom one is either fresh or life. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's like, it's, you know, people having a, you can't go in, which is annoying. I'd like to be able to go in, but nice for that. Let me just double check the second one, because I don't like the second one. Well, unless it's Suku. The problem with the second one, on the top, you can see there, so about just at the bottom, there's very similar looking, I think that's Higana? Is it Hiragana, that's it. So let me just find my, where's my kanji, quick kanji list? I got it on my phone just in case, just Kana, there you go. So if I click study, right, so that's Sue, I was right with that one. Suku, possibly? And it can't be because the connection bit's there. Oh wait, I know. Suta. So that's ta. The problem is ta and ku are fairly similar looking. And ke is similar looking. And this is under katakana, that's it, not hiragana. So that's Suta. Or something Suto, anyway. I can't tell what the very top one is. Anyway, enough of that, because otherwise someone's going to complain that I'm doing stuff that they don't really care about. And, well, it's my, you know, it's my Let's Play anyway. So let's have a look at the training.
Before you choose your career, you'll want to learn some basic abilities. First, you should go into the Basic Training Center. When you're done with basic training, proceed to the advanced training area.
It's fine.
To pick up some basic skills you'll need to get by in the service, enter this CyberLink booth. Inside, you'll learn the basic skills you'll need to get started. Welcome, trainee. While you're in our virtual training courses, we provide you with a simulated cyber interface. This training interface is identical to an actual military-grade cyber interface. Now, let's try it out. Move the mouse. See how it changes where you look? That means you're in shoot mode. Hit the tab key. This puts you in use mode, where you can use your mouse to interact with items in the world. Open your primary MFD, or multifunction display, by clicking on the MFD button near the bottom of the screen. This display shows your strengths in various areas. When you're ready to continue, press the tab key to go back to shoot mode. Try changing between modes until you get the hang of it. Follow the red path along the ground to the next training station.
Right, before we do that, let me just quickly move my microphone so I can see my screen properly. Move my pop a little bit, so I do apologise for that. Right, so here we've got the strength, endurance, and other such, and you can upgrade these. This is your tech skills tree, so you can go hack or repair or maintain. And I think these are they're a bonus to the hack skills, so they do not help for meeting minimum skill requirements. So yeah, so it's kind of like a booster. And then you've got your combat, so standard weapons, energy weapons, heavy and exotic. And size to do with, well, we'll get to size in a minute. So let's move to the first area.
To pick up items, center them on your screen and right-click. This will automatically place that item into your inventory. To view your inventory, press the tab key. You can move items around your inventory by left-clicking and dragging them around. To drop an item, drag it from your inventory into the 3D view and release the mouse button. To use items like buttons in computers, center them in your view and click the right mouse button. All usable items will have brackets around them. Highlight the button on the pillar and right-click. This will activate the lift. Try it out. If you can still see your inventory display, it means you're in use mode. Hit tab to return to shoot mode.
An important point, this is hologram. So it's not going to kill you or anything like that.
The object before you is a med hypo. Pick it up and then press tab to go into use mode. Right-clicking on the med hypo will use it and restore some needed hit points. Your hit points are displayed by a bar in the lower left corner of your screen. Many objects in your inventory can be used by right-clicking on them.
So that is increased my health, and those hypos are the only ones that slowly go up for a bit, and they'll stop at a certain point. I think depending on your skill levels, they will, I think, increase more health over time. I think it was something like that. The other thing is food can also increase health. So if I eat the bag of chips, I'm gone up by 1. Drink juice, gone up by 1, and then we can put it up again. It should go fairly full.
See the crate in front of you? To search it, center it on your screen and right-click. If you are in use mode, simply move the pointer to the crate and right-click. To take an item from that container, simply left-click on it. This will automatically place that item in your inventory. To close the container window and return to shoot mode, press the tab key. One of the most important tools you have as a soldier is your PDA. This device stores audio logs, emails, and other useful information. Click on the disk icon near the bottom of your screen to bring up the PDA display. Currently, the contents of your PDA are empty. Now pick up the audio log in front of you.
Right, so picking it up, we can press the U key as you can see in the top left. And moment of truth, this doesn't break.
This message is coming from the audio log you just picked up. You can use your PDA at any time to play any audio log or email you've received. In the field, the PDA is also used for keeping track of your current mission objectives and obtaining help information.
And there you go, it didn't crash. That's good.
Now it's time to learn about jumping and mantling. To jump, simply press the space bar. Some surfaces can be mantled onto by holding down the space bar. Mantling lets you pull yourself up to ledges and other high places in front of you. Give it a try.
Oops. Keep missing that jump. I hope this isn't a regular thing. Alright, come on. There we go. And then we can come down the ladder.
To climb a ladder, simply walk into it and look upward. You'll automatically start climbing the ladder.
Well, we've already done that, so that's this section done.
You've done well. Remember, if you're unclear on any aspect of what you've just learned, you can repeat the training as often as you wish.
I still can't use my tab to open the interface.
If you've completed basic training, you're ready for the advanced lessons provided here. Advanced training will familiarize you with the 3 key areas of military service: weapons training, technical training, and psionics training. Approach the Cyberlink booth of your choice to train in that area. When you finish training in the 3 areas, proceed directly to the recruitment center to choose and start your military career.
Alright, wannabe. If you want to learn the weapon skills it takes to even think about joining the Marines, come on in. We're looking for a few good men.
So this is the Marine bit.
Good to have you on board. You'll notice when you're in the Cyberlink booth, the UNN has kindly provided you with a virtual cyber interface and all the simulated skill levels you'll need for the training tasks. But don't get too cocky. They'll disappear once you leave the booth.
If you missed that, you can click this and it'll replay the speech you just done, which is good.
Now we'll teach you how to handle a firearm. Pick up the pistol and the clip from the table. You can equip the weapon in one of 2 ways. Bring up your inventory and drag the pistol to your weapons equip slot near the right-hand side of your inventory. If that's too slow for you, you can use the hotkeys on the keyboard. Press 2. If the pistol was in your inventory, it will equip for you automatically. To lock and load the ammo clip, hit the R key or hit the reload button on the lower right corner of your screen. Once you've loaded the firearm, take a shot at the dummy robot by pressing your left mouse button when in shoot mode. Notice how its health bar gets shorter as you chip away at it.
I was just trying to press the buttons to see if it would actually tell me whether I've got the weapon or not, but apparently not, so...
Some items need to be charged with energy before they can be used. Pick up the laser pistol. Now use the recharging station nearby. The recharge station will juice up all of your energy-based items. Weapons, batteries, you name it.
That was a right click to do that, by the way. And then we can take pot shots of this guy with our Star Trek inspired laser phaser weapon.
Weapons are not fine wines. They do not get better with age. The colored dot on the lower right corner of the screen tells you what kind of shape your firearm is in. Green is good, red is bad. To fight the effects of wear and tear, a soldier with maintenance skill can use a maintenance tool to improve the condition of his weapon. Just pick up the tool, open your inventory, and drag the tool onto your pistol. Remember that maintenance tools are only good for a single use.
Alright, so I was talking about this green one here. I think that's the health indicator of your weapon. And average 5, perfect 10. So, yeah, you can see at the very top it's very small text because it's high resolution. But that perfect 10 is talking about this number here, which is your weapon degradability, durability. Whereas this is an average of 5, and we'll swap this out now. And you can see it's all yellowed. So we'll drag this over, as suggested, and that puts it to 10, making this a perfect 10 weapon. Weapons do degrade over time with use, so it's something to watch out for.
Good work. Now you're ready for the Marines. Take a look at the other training areas first before you enlist. They might just come in handy.
So we're now going to the technical side.
Inside, we'll teach you the basics of some technical skills you'll need in the Navy.
Welcome. You'll notice when you're in the Cyberlink booth, we'll provide you with a temporary cyber interface and the skills you need to accomplish the training tasks. But they'll only last so long as you're in the booth. The object in front of you is a container of nanites. Nanites are consumed whenever you perform technical tasks, such as hacking or repairing. When you pick up the container of nanites, they do not go in your general inventory, but are instead displayed in use mode on the bottom left of your screen. Walk over to the keypad by the door and try out hacking.
He was also talking about this here, the 250 points there, but I'm just pointing out that it did say it was being picked up, but that's where it's, that's the information, so I'll pick more up. I won't need it, but, you know.
Use the keypad by right-clicking on it. To the right of the number pad, you'll see an orange tab labeled Hack. Left-click on the tab. Text will appear indicating the difficulty of the hack and any bonuses that apply. Click on the Start button to begin hacking. You'll see a grid of nodes. Clicking on a node will either turn it bright or dark. To successfully hack, you must connect 3 bright nodes in a straight line. Beware the ice nodes with the red outlines. If one of these turns dark, you fail the hack, and you might break the item you're working on or worse. You can restart your hack attempt at any time by hitting the reset button, though you'll have to pay the nanite cost again.
Right, so I think he's talked about this one, but I never usually touch the ice notes because I'm never sure about it. Okay.
You can use nanites to buy items from replicators. To use a replicator, right-click on it.
Hi there.
Then left-click
Please
on the
make your
item you wish to
selection.
purchase. The item you purchased will drop into the slot below. Make sure you pick up your purchases before you leave.
Right, okay, so I do apologise for that, but basically he was just saying, if you missed that, he was just saying, it's just a vending machine, really. So, 3 bags, you can get bag of chips, juice, and bullets, so I can click bullets.
Thank you for choosing Value
And
Wrap.
it takes it out of your nanites here. However, if I hack this, so look at this is 3, cost of 3, cost of 4, and cost of 40. If I hack this,
Hi there. Please make your selection.
Reinitialized.
so sometimes what happens is you get a new list of items, and sometimes what happens is it lowers the cost because you've hacked it. So I think it's a gamble really. So I can,
Thank you for choosing Value Wrap.
yeah, I'm just, because I can do that, I can fuck around, so why not?
You learned the basics of the technical skills. There are several other technical skills you'll learn throughout the course of your career, such as repairing items and modifying weapons. The cyber interfaces for these tasks are similar to the hacking interface. Before you enlist in the Navy, try out the other training courses. They'll be useful.
Okay, so we've got the last one before we pick our profession. Sci skills.
Inside, you will learn how to reach out with your mind. Do not let fear block your path. We've provided you with a virtual interface and the temporary ability to project simulated psionic powers. Once you leave this area, these powers will be lost to you. The red bar at the lower left of your screen tells you how many psi points you have. Psi points symbolize the current ability to use your psi powers. Psi hypos replenish your psi points. Try using a psi hypo and watch your psi points increase. When you've reached your maximum in psi points, move to the next station.
Okay, so you were talking about this one here, and you can see that quickly just pushes it in. I'm not bothering with the full wet because I don't need it.
This psi amp amplifies your psi powers and lets you project them into the real world. To equip it, pick it up, and then hit the tilde key. Firing the psi amp activates your currently selected psi discipline. You currently have access to 2 disciplines, cryokinesis and kinetic redirection. Go into use mode and click on the arrows on the bottom right of the screen. This will cycle through your available psi disciplines. Later, clicking on the arrows above the number to the left will allow you to select psi disciplines from higher tiers. Use cryokinesis to destroy the robot and kinetic redirection to pull that nanite container towards you. Be careful. Holding down the mouse button can augment the power, but holding it down for too long will cause burnout, which will damage you. If you run out of psi points, use another psi hypo.
Right, so I'm going to show you what burnout looks like. That's what burnout looks like. So if I just hit it... Oh, okay, I thought if I just hit it, it would not damage it as much, but apparently that's not the case. Or maybe that is the case, I'm not sure. So let's change this to Saipon. And that's quite useful. So if this was a toxic area and I need to get hold of that, that would be useful.
Mastery of the mind is a slow but rewarding process. Return to this area if you need more guidance. Before you enlist in the O.S.A., it would be useful to experiment in the other training courses.
Here's where you make your choice, soldier. Here's where you enlist in one of the 3 branches of the military. Once you decide on your branch of service, there's no going back. A shuttle will take you to a UNN orbital space station, where you'll receive a briefing regarding your yearly postings. Good luck.
Right, so I'm going to pick the O.S.A. because I quite like having the Sci-Amp around. But the other thing is I can still go into trade. Because the good thing about this is you can pick... You're not specifically you're in the O.S.A. You can only do certain things. It's role-playing, so I can pick whatever I need to. So I'm going to go with O.S.A. Right, so this is where we start picking different missions because we're trading in O.S.A. and it will start to give us some boosts in certain areas before we start. So it's almost like character creation, but a fun way of doing it, or a different way of doing it anyway. So this guy just stood there doing nothing. I can't get access to my tab, which is fine. Do not block. So these are shootable, but obviously I can't shoot anything. And we're on year 1.
The O.S.A. welcomes you to Orbital Station Chunlo. Ready yourself to feel the limitations of your mind slipping away. We will guide your path over the next 4 years. The shuttle bays at the center of the station will ferry you to your next stage of growth. When you've chosen, head into the appropriate shuttle bay. Get ready to learn things you've never imagined.
Okay. Mission selection. More people just stood right. Is that guy got a tash? Oh no, he's not. I'm sorry. I thought no, that's the back of the guy. Can't go through here. No. There's nothing really much up there. Not that there's any point in going up there anyway. More people. And these are drawers that you can open in the main game. I can't remember if you can use these ones though.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Chulun are modulated for your training. You shall spend a year in contemplation of mass, both yours and that of objects, until you can bend them to your intentions.
Alright, so this gives me... I can't bring it back now.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Chulun are modulated for your training. You shall spend a year in contemplation of mass, both yours and that of objects, until you can bend them to your intentions.
Right, so this has given me to...
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Runang await you. A year in meditation on the nature of matter will grant you power over it.
Right, so that was cryokinesis. So I'm going to have to talk over this one. Cryokinesis and psychoreflective. And that's cryokinesis and kinetic.
TOS Runang await you. A year in meditation on the nature of matter will grant you power over it.
And then this one...
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Shaoling await you. There you will spend a solitary year focused in a meditation on motion and sound, and how they may serve your will.
This one gives me cyber affinity. I think it's a temporary points to certain aspects of my, I think maybe tech skills, but I'm going to go with this one because it gives me cryokinesis anyway. Right, so, it's telling me here as well, so I gained tier 2 side disciplines, yep, we already know that. So, 15th of February 2112, your year in the tanks of the Shaoling is finished, your will has grown, your mind can freeze your foes in their tracks, and you can attune your mind to the inner workings of machines. Second tier disciplines are within your grasp, you may now take your skills into the field to pit them against our enemies. You've mastered level 2 psi disciplines, cryokinesis and psychogenic cyber affinity. And year 2. Can I go back? Ah, there's a woman working there now. Don't think she was there before. Right.
Your body has been neglected in your training of your mind. On Io, you will find soldiers who wish to test their endurance. You will surpass their physical prowess without compromising your mental discipline.
Right, so that gives me +2 endurance.
Dr. Chandrisvalan's research labs have produced many of this decade's advances in psionic technique. You shall spend a year serving his genius, learning to understand his insights and whims.
Research.
Sifting the thoughts of treachery and disloyalty from the morass of emotion and internal conflict that fill most mundanes can be disquieting. You shall spend a year building the general strength of your mind, while learning how to probe the thoughts of the less capable without losing yourself.
Alright, I'm going to go for endurance, because that's always handy.
Your body has been neglected in your training of your mind. On Io...
And that'll be the woman that I saw when I came back, probably. So, 23rd of February, 2113, you are directed to return to Station 7434A. Your year at the IO facility has reached its conclusion. You know now that the only real opponent is one who is more cunning than you. You use the cadets around you as prey and learn from their failings. You sense the struggle has greatly enhanced your physical prowess. You gain +2 endurance. Year 3, and I believe this is the last year. Let's have a look. Robot in there. Anything changed in here? Not really. Unless the woman was there in year 1, but I don't remember seeing her. Right.
Many threats to security can only be defeated from inside. Your mind shall be carefully blanked and conditioned with the nature and past of a criminal. Join with the criminal and rebellious, endure their squalor and chaos, and then, when it is time, liquidate them from within. In the grand scheme, individuals are no more important than pieces on a game board. Occasionally, it becomes necessary to remove a piece without disturbing the flow of the game. These removals will be done in silence and with complete secrecy. You shall spend a year learning these skills. Acts of political terrorism and corporate coercion disturb corporate and political stability. You shall spend a year battling these chaotic elements, both psionically and by physical force.
Right, so...
Many
Strength,
threats to
agility,
security can
cyber
only be
affinity,
defeated from
and remote
inside.
electron
Your mind
tampering.
shall be carefully... In the
Strength,
grand
agility,
scheme,
cyber
individuals
affinity,
are no
you're a
more important
reflex.
than pieces on a game. Acts of political
Right,
terrorism and corporate coercion disturb corporate and political stability. You shall spend a year battling these chaotic elements, both psionically and by physical force. Many threats to security can only be defeated from inside. Your mind shall be carefully blanked and conditioned with the nature and past of a criminal.
Alright, I think I went with that because I think that's to do with remote electron tampering, to do with, was it camera changes, possibly? Hacking? I can't remember. I think I can. Your 9th of February 2114, your time of service at the O.S.A. field base has reached its end. Even now, your mind is somewhat clouded, and you do not recall all the details. You played your part well for most part of the year. Your enemies called you a friend until you fell upon them with your talents. You've gained +1 strength, +1 agility, +1 cyber affinity, and mastered remote electron tampering. Yeah, I think this is to do with blinding cameras at distance, possibly. I could have read that, but I thought let you guys read it.
Shuttle A-138, you have clearance for landing on the Braun in Shuttle Bay 2. Welcome aboard, soldier.
5 months later, you're in Braun, year Tau 65, 67 trillion miles from Earth. And there you are, waking up. Something weird's going on the cameras.
Reinitializing memory streams. Restoring patient memory. Restoring memory. Restoring memory.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the computer ops staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to Deck 4 to meet me. Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now.
Alright, hopefully I should be able to...
Watch out. I'm getting strange readings from that radar dish outside the window. It's become unstable due to... Move! Take cover!
Critical decompression hazard in the cryo recovery suite.
Right, hang on a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here. It should be fine anyway. There's not a massive rush on that. You just got to kind of do it quickly. So I'm going to save at this point, and we'll get back to doing the main game, which is just started, in the next video. So until then, I will see you guys later. Bye bye.